Hello students. Today we are going to learn lesson number 6 in English grammar, that is verbs. Yes students, what is a verb? You know that verbs denote actions performed in a sentence. Means the action which is happening in the sentence is being denoted by a word, and that word is known as verb. For example, the cat chased the mouse. Here, what the cat is doing? The cat is chasing the mouse. That means here an action is being done. Let's talk about the kinds of verbs. We have number of kinds of verbs. First, we'll talk about transitive and intransitive verbs. What are transitive verbs? Transitive verbs are verbs which require an object to complete their meaning. For example, Virat Kohli plays cricket. What is object here? Cricket. I gave him a gift. What is the object here? Gift. I gave him what? I gave him a gift. Then we have intransitive verbs. They do not require any object to make the complete sense basically. Just look at the definition. Intransitive verbs are verbs which do not require an object to complete their meaning. Yes, they simply ends with the verb only. For example, hungry baby has been crying since morning. Here the verb crying is itself enough. There is no other object which makes it complete, or no other word which makes its meaning clear or complete. Now you know we have two verbs, one is transitive and intransitive in our sentence. So in a sentence, if we have an object to complete the meaning of the sentence, then the verb will be transitive there. And if there is no requirement of object in the sentence, then that verb in the sentence will be called as intransitive verb. Now, intransitive verbs are easy to understand, but let's talk about the object which is required in transitive verb sentences. Objects are of two types. One is direct object and the other one is indirect object. The direct object answers the question what in relation to the verb, and the indirect object answers the question for whom or to whom in relation to the verb. For example, Rathin gave Palak a pen. Now Rathin gave what? A pen. That means here pen is the direct object of the verb gave. And when we ask the question Rathin gave a pen to whom, then the answer will be Palak. Hence, Palak is the indirect object of the verb gave. I hope you have understood till here. Next we have verb patterns. Yes students, you might have seen sentences with having more than two verbs. In the same sentence we have ing form and third form of the verb. What is that, and where do we or how will we recognize that which tense is it and where we are using verb in ing form? So let's talk about these verb patterns. Verbs can have the following patterns. Verb plus ing. First we'll talk about this participle. I avoid eating too much sweets. I keep listening to you. And you can say whenever you have a running action in your sentence, there you use your habitual one and the running one together. So that means verbs first form plus verbs first form ing will be the format of this type of sentence. Next we have verb plus infinitive, with or without to. Sometimes we do not use verb plus verbs first form and ing. We can use verb plus infinitive with or without to. That means I love to walk with you, I wanted to go around. So here wanted to go, love to share or love to listen. What are they? Love is also a verb and listen is also a verb. Want is also a verb and go is also a verb. Here we are using to infinitive in the sentence. So this kind of pattern you might have seen in your sentences quite often. Then yes, in the first one you can use also second form, like I avoided eating too much sweets. I preferred waking up early in the morning. So it depends on your tense, and according to that, you can use your main verb and the action running in the sentence. Next pattern is verb plus noun or pronoun plus infinitive without to. Sometimes we speak or give a command to someone like make him stand. Here make is verb in the sentence as well as stand is your verb. So what is that? You are not using to after the main verb. This is one more pattern you might have seen in your sentences. For more example, you can say let him speak, let me call you. So here let him, me, and other pronouns or nouns like let Rama speak to her. So here Rama, him, me, these are nouns or pronouns. This is a pattern which you can follow in your speaking, or while you speak you can use them. Next pattern is verb plus preposition plus ing. I hope you remember the chapter prepositions, students. Prepositions are the words which tells you the position of a noun in the sentence. Here verb plus preposition plus ing, you can use this type of pattern, or you can see this type of pattern in your sentences also, like she exercised before having a shower. Here exercised is a verb, main verb in the sentence, before is your preposition, and then you have an ing form of the verb. So this shows that this is another pattern of using a verb. Then next we have modal auxiliaries plus verbs. Yes, this is quite easy to know because you might have learned it from very long time. Like I can meet you, you can call me, I might tell him what is there, or may I take this seat, we should repost this letter. So here should, repost, may and take, can, meet, these are can, might, these are some modal auxiliaries, and with that we use only first form of the verb. So this is one more pattern of verb we can use in the sentence. I hope till here you don't have any query. If still you have, you can ask. Then here we have last topic, that is a reflexive verb. What is that, students? Basically, when the direct object of a transitive verb is the same as the subject of the verb is called a reflexive verb. For example, make sure he dries himself well after a bath. Here, the pronoun he and himself refer to the same person. One more example. If you do not read the manual for using the chainsaw, you might cut yourself with it. So here the pronouns you and yourself refer to the same person. So the verb which comes in between, that is dries and might cut, are the reflexive ones. And keep this in mind that a reflexive verb is always followed by a reflexive pronoun. Here we are ending this chapter. I hope you are able to understand. Still, if you don't have understood anything, you can make the query. Thank you.